Pleasant day to everyone. I am Maria Alia Tadeja, a research presenter from Mindoro State University, Bungabong Campus. Our research is entitled F-Thinker, a web-based feedback analytical system with sentiment analysis. Minso Human Resource Office or HRMO established a unified survey instrument which is composed of three criteria that will be rated from 1 to 5. And there's also an option to write customer feedback. The feedback is obtained through standard questionnaires where the client fills up, then drops into the provided feedback boxes. Currently, Minso doesn't have a computerized system that can automatically analyze the feedback of the stakeholders. In connection with this, the method used in gathering feedback provides very limited insight into client sentiments. Most of the common feedback form used nowadays focuses on quantitative comments, which resulted in not having a deeper analysis of the things that need to be evaluated. However, the problem with this method is it consumes too much time for the staff to read the comments one by one. Aside from this, the feedback instrument is lacking necessary details like the period or date, customer type, and transaction, which are supposed to help in analysis. In terms of analyzing the gathered feedback from the clients, the results which are included in the reports of every office were analyzed manually. Due to this situation, some offices didn't include text feedback, comments, and suggestions in their reports. Given this scenario, the proponent conceptualized a system that will enhance the gathering of clients' feedback and its analysis from Mindoro State University. The main purpose of the development is to enhance the gathering of clients' feedback and its analysis, include the client's opinions or suggestions in overall report, automatically analyze if the client is satisfied or unsatisfied based on its text feedback. Easily highlight the problem being raised by the client through text feedback. The development methods used by the proponents was the spiral model because compared to other models, some of the advantages of using it are the additional functionality that can be added later, and the resources are kept stable as the system increases in complexity. The spiral's radius indicates the project cost, while the angular degree symbolizes progress accomplished in the current phase. Each step begins with a design goal and concludes with a progress evaluation by the researchers. The proponents used a total of 21,500 lines of dataset, where the 80% of it was used as a training dataset, while the remaining 20% was used as a testing dataset. The algorithm used in developing the system was logistic regression. It was implemented through Python programming, which also served as the back end of the system. It was used to predict the sentiments of clients' feedback. It is a common machine learning method that belongs to supervised learning approach. It is used to forecast the categorical variable from a group of independent factors. For the accuracy, the researchers acquired the precision, recall, and F1 score to evaluate the accuracy of the system. The precision is a measure of result relevancy, while recall is a measure of how many truly relevant results are returned. Instead of getting the accuracy value of the model, the proponents use F1 score because the dataset used for testing is imbalanced. F1 score, harmonic mean of precision and recall, gives a better measure of incorrectly classified cases than the accuracy metric. After the system was fully developed, it was undergone the system evaluation to determine its overall functionality and efficiency. The researchers used purposefully sampling and selected 50 respondents, which consists of IT experts, MINSO employee, and other stakeholders such as students, alumni, and parents. The evaluation questionnaires were adopted from the four criteria of ISO 25010 software quality standards such as functional suitability, performance efficiency, usability, and reliability. The researchers implement 4-point Likert scale to rate every indicator, which has a mean range and verbal interpretation. 4 to 3.50 as a verbal interpretation of strongly agree, 2.50 to 3.49 as a verbal interpretation of agree, 1.50 to 2.49 as a verbal interpretation of disagree, and 0.01 to 1.49 has a verbal interpretation of strongly agree. For the result of findings, let me first show you the main interface of the developed system. This is the feedback form of the system where the clients need to fill up all the needed information such as office, stakeholder category, transaction code, and transaction. The clients can also rate every office based on their services during the transaction. They can also submit a text feedback with its feedback concern. The other interface of the system is the report page, where the admin or the HRMO personnel of MINSU can generate a report based on the evaluation of the gathered feedback. The admin can filter the report for every office. Lastly, it has a feedback form customization page where the admin can edit the feedback concern, stakeholder category, and questions that will appear in the feedback form of the clients. This is the result of evaluation using ISO 25010. For the functional suitability, it has an average weighted mean of 3.63. For performance efficiency, it has an average weighted mean of 3.53. For the usability, it has an average weighted mean of 3.60, and for the reliability, it has an average weighted mean of 3.52. The overall weighted mean of the evaluation has 3.63, which respectively show that the respondents strongly agree that the developed system was constructed based on the user's needs, requirements, and objectives of the study. For the accuracy and testing, logistic regression provided the highest F1 score, which indicates that it was more accurate than other existing models. The F1 score of 82.8% is acceptable percentage of accuracy. After the development and evaluation process done in the system, the researchers concluded that the developed system could improve the customer feedback gathering and analysis. It can also help the administration of MINSU to easily highlight the problems based on the generated report by the system. The developed system could automate the inclusion of text feedback in customer satisfaction measurement using machine learning models like logistic regression. It could provide 82.8% of accuracy, which is highly acceptable. That will be all, and I sincerely appreciate your attention. Thank you so much for your time.